of the Speak Easy podcast. Yes, I am so super excited to be coming back to you live during NaPodPoMo. I told you guys that I would be bringing you content on a regular basis simply because I can. But not just that, it's because, guys, I want to make sure that you are getting everything that you need when it comes to you being this successfully paid speaker and author. I'm your host, Altovise, that part, founder of the World Voice League, a virtual network of female speakers coming together to impact social change. So guys, this episode is a response to hearing and watching Lisa Nichols' video that was premiered on YouTube earlier this week. And man, it pulled on some heart strings, I have to tell you. She was discussing how she was on a flight back from London and there was smoke in the plane and something was on fire. They had to turn off the electricity on the plane, and she went through a moment of not knowing what was actually going to happen. So I won't go through the whole episode of what she talked about because, spoiler alert, it's a tearjerker. But you definitely want to go over and check that out because it will completely shift your mindset. And if it doesn't, then you really need to tap on your vein and see if you're definitely alive or not. Because you may not be alive at that moment if you did not feel something from that message. So those of you who call in or who listen in live or who listen to the replay, by all means, make sure that you let us know how you felt about that particular premiere. Did it catch you off guard? Did it make you nervous? Did it make you fearful of flying? We want to know, simply because guess what? It adds to the conversation. Now, when we think about giving a speech, because yes, what she did was considered a speech, but it was a speech of her allowing her heart to speak, as opposed to it being a pre-written speech. And I'm going to tell you the difference because a lot of times people don't know how to thoroughly impact people in such a way as Lisa Nichols did with this speech that she did from the heart, because that's what it was. It was allowing her heart to speak and show up 100% authentic and transparent before the world. When we think about giving a commencement speech, there's a difference. There's a difference between giving a commencement speech or giving or making the commencement speech you give go live. Simply because, guess what? It's about the information that you're giving. That's one thing. Anyone can give information. Anyone can give a high five and a hoorah. But there's something about when your heart is really felt in that speech that it makes it go viral. It literally impacts the world. Why? Because they could feel your heart. They could hear and see your heart as you were speaking behind that podium. Now, unfortunately, there are people who come into the industry and they don't know how to do that per se because, they're more interested in the money and they haven't really gotten the training for them to be able to lead with their heart and allow their heart to speak when it comes to them doing a speech. But when you do, it shifts everything. It will take you to a whole nother level in your speaking career because now it's not just about the dollars and cents when you show up. It's about you wanting to make an impact and see people changed. It's the heart that matters. When you determine that it's the heart that matters, it's showing you to do more, do it now, do it in spite of, do it unapologetic, do it fearful, do it angry. But no matter what, do it. No excuses, no takebacks, do it. Why is this so valuable and important? Especially as we go into 2020. 2020 is a new, oh my goodness, when we think about 2020, think about it like this. For me, 2020, 2 of my children will have the opportunity to vote. That's kind of scary when we think about the fact that high school seniors will be voting next year. Those who graduated last year will be voting next year. And have we really done enough to share not just information with them, but to really show that we care and share our heart? And many times we don't. But that takes me to what Lisa Nichols was talking about in her message. And, there is this need for motivation, and motivation will come to us in many different forms. For some, it's a podcast. For some, it's a book. For some, it's an experience when you go to a live event. But that motivation is needed. And sometimes you need a little bit more than just a little cutesy motivation and a vision board party. You need a little bit more than that. And I feel as though her message was definitely something more. Why is that? There are things that were in her message that definitely would resonate with any speaker, true speaker that knows how to present from the heart. And this is the thing. She may not have even seen that she did it, but because it's so ingrained in her, I saw it. As a speaker, I saw it. Now, other people listening into her message may not see it because you may not be that in tune to what it is that's in a speech. Or you may think of a speech as a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's about it. But I'm going to take you a little deeper really quickly and say that, when you put your heart into your speech, there are 3 key elements that really stand out. And you'll see these if you have not heard her speech already or her message already. Definitely go and check it out. But for those of you that have, hear me out on this one. There's a pivotal moment. And I won't even go into detail because I want you to go and listen to it for yourself. But there's a pivotal moment. And that pivotal moment is one that definitely impacts the listener, the viewer. It makes you become one with the person that's speaking. Because the pivotal moment is usually something that we can relate to. We can relate to it in our lives. We can relate to it in our past life. We can relate to it in relationships, in business. That pivotal moment is what is that silver thread that goes through all of us, that kind of binds us and connects us. So that pivotal moment is one of those things you'll see. That lesson learned. Because guess what? If somebody's giving you a speech when it comes to a motivational or inspirational speech, and they're not giving you the lessons that they learned, you need to get up and walk out the door. That is not the place for you. Simply put, if they haven't learned a lesson, how can they teach you one? Go ahead. I know. Just let that marinate. Let it marinate. If they have not learned a lesson, then how can they teach you one? You definitely have to have that understanding going in. And then what are the actionable steps? I get it. It's fun to be able to get the hoorahs and, like I said, the high fives and feel good. Make me feel good. But after you feel good, I need you to take this action. I need you to take these steps forward. I need you to move. My message should make you want to do more, do it now, do it in spite of, do it unapologetic, do it fearful, do it angry, but no matter what, just make sure that you do it. Just make sure that you do it. And I believe her message was one that sparked people to do something outside of their comfort zone, outside of the norm, something that was going to move not only them, but the people closest to them to greatness. With that being said, guys, I just wanted to bring you this quick message. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to leave us a review, bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast Show, all lowercase. You can leave us a review over on Apple Podcasts. We would greatly appreciate that. And guys, listen, I want to know, Did you see the message? And if you saw the message, what was your response? Did you cry? Did you take action? Did you look at some things in your business and see how you could shift? If so, let's talk. I want to hear it. I want to know. With that being said, guys, until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.